Hi, I'm Dr. Nathan Chomilo, and I'm here with Adriana Galván, and we're here to talk about the Johnson & Johnson COVID-19 vaccine and answer any questions we have about COVID-19 vaccines in general. How are you doing, Adriana?
Good, doctor. Thank you for the opportunity.
Yeah, thanks for having this conversation. So, any questions you have about Johnson & Johnson vaccine?
Well, yes, the first one is at the beginning when the Johnson & Johnson vaccine started to roll out, there was a pause. And I would like to know what happened.
Yeah, so with all the vaccines, we are really closely monitoring for safety. And so what was noted was that there were some folks who were getting the Johnson & Johnson vaccine that were experiencing blood clots. And so it was paused to see if this was related to the vaccine, as well as make sure other doctors and nurses knew about this complication so that it could be treated. And what we did find was that there is a small risk of blood clots when you get the Johnson & Johnson vaccine. That risk seems to be slightly higher if you are under the age of 50 and a woman. But overall, it's a very small risk. And in fact, the risk of getting these blood clots is higher if you have COVID-19 itself. And so we still very much recommend the Johnson & Johnson vaccine for those to protect them against COVID-19. What have you been hearing from the community about the Johnson & Johnson vaccine?
Well, aside of the concern, one thing that is important to mention is that people like it because it's only one dose. When thinking about the vaccines, it's always important for everyone to know if they are safe. How safe are the vaccines right now?
We know that all these vaccines are very safe, they're very effective, and they really help protect us and our community from COVID-19. And so we don't have any specific recommendations around which one you get. So doing your research, asking your questions, and then making a plan to get one, whichever one you feel safe with is what we recommend. And all of our communities have access to all three vaccines, which I think is really great, and we just want to make sure that people are aware of that. I myself have gotten my COVID-19 vaccination. Have you gotten yours?
Yes, I did. I felt great. I think it's safer. I can be around our friends and loved ones.
Right. And getting vaccinated against COVID-19, no matter the vaccine, is the goal because it does allow us to get back to normal, get back to those times that we really miss, being able to spend time celebrating, being around loved ones, being in community. And so I really am hoping our communities get vaccinated and get us that community immunity.
So we can conclude that regardless of the vaccine, the important part here is for people to get vaccinated.
Absolutely, absolutely. Do what you need to get the information so that you feel comfortable, that you can make a safe decision and a plan to protect yourself and your family. But at the end of the day, to get out of this pandemic, we need to get vaccinated. Well, thanks so much for this conversation. It's been really great.
Thank you, doctor.